We've bought a falling down farm in Scotland, and together we're trying to document the process of putting it back together into a beautiful family home and sharing it with you guys in the process. If you want to follow along the journey, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, which will give you a notification every single time we upload a new video. But for now, let's see what we got up to this time.
It's a super big week this week, basically. Not for here. Well, actually, no, also for here. This week is the photography show, which is a massive exhibition thing, like a trade show kind of thing. And at the photography show, we do loads of stuff. So we bring dogs, we do demos, I speak on stages, I speak on other stands. I think we're doing the Sony stand this year, so oh my god, major thing. And we also have our own stand, so it's a massive week. We prep for it for like ages. Anywho, that causes an issue with her. There she is, hiding in the corner. Because we're not going to be here. Frustratingly but amazingly, the roofer is coming, right? So the roofer is coming today. And the lads are going to start by doing emergency repairs, but actually they're just going to take it off and replace it with the flat roof, the other flat roof, and the pitch that's bad. So they're going to just basically just get on going. And they're going to be doing that all week. Good morning. How's it looking, Dave?
Yeah, great. See, when a slate's going rotten, just
Falls apart, doesn't it?
comes apart like that. It's what we call it's laminating as such, yeah.
Right.
Like clay and stuff, you know, how clay laminates.
Okay.
But when your some of this slate isn't too bad. See, that's a decent slate. That slate's okay. Tell how it knocks. So that's got. You can tell what you can see. It's solid.
Got some life left.
Yeah. So if there's any areas where
it needs touching up, kind of thing.
now the difference in that slate, you can hear the difference in your knock.
Oh, it seems like dead.
Yeah, it's more holler. Yeah. There's nothing there. See, that's starting to laminate again. Look, should never be able to do that with slate. It's just coming apart. So yes, quite a lot of it's rotten, but
There's some good bits.
there is some good.
Dave, how much is this bit going to set us back? Because I might need to move some money around.
I don't know until I've stripped it, until we can see the joist.
Okay.
Dan, do you want to talk us through this one?
Don't just drop me in it like that.
Come on.
So the stripping back the flat roof to start with, the larger of the two flat roofs specifically, as you've previously seen, that is where the majority of the water ingress is coming from. In places, they discovered that this was 4 layers thick with gravel on top, basically being patched up over the years to make as good as possible without actually renewing the roof, and uncovered a lot of rotten joists.
She's just under life. Really?
Yeah, doing no resuscitation.
R.I.P. Do you want me to take over?
Yeah, please. I'm no good at talking to a microphone.
Dan struggles with talking, so I'll just help him out on this bit. So as you can see, if we look around this little clip here, you can see the bottom right-hand corner, super dead. The sarking boards on the right also dead, but we'll cover those in a sec. The main thing that I kind of want to focus on a little bit is the wooden joists.
Yes.
Oh, you got it right.
I believe so, anyway. We're no roofers, so...
You can see where somebody in years gone by has kind of double stacked wood on this edge right at the bottom of the frame.
It's called spliced.
Right. Thanks, Dan. Cheers, mate. What we're doing here is the same thing. So instead of literally lifting everything off and replacing the entire structure, we are taking off the rot, going back to good wood, and then splicing a new joist all the way across to the internal supporting wall. So we're kind of like doubling up again. Although this might seem kind of like a waste of time / we're just bodging it's actually the least invasive and the most cost-effective way. So you can kind of see why it's done. But what we are doing is we're reinforcing the structural integrity of everything as we go along. Now, I know that a lot of you will be having the same thoughts that we had, which was, oh, we'll just get rid of the flat roofs, reconfigure the structure of the house and go with a different roof structure and like different organization. And although that sounds like a great plan because that was our plan originally, we don't have pockets of gold. So unless anybody who is seriously objecting to flat roofs fancies lending us hundreds of thousands, then we're just going to operate on this plan of action, which is what we need to do to make sure that we're watertight and it will last for decades to come, which is a win-win, right? So this is what we're doing. I know it's not. I would prefer to put a different roof system in. Dan would.
Oh, 100%. 100%, but it's just not viable at the moment.
So we're doing the best we can, basically. So this is sacking boards, and there is also I want you to keep your eyeballs peeled for a little pipe that comes up, which is an overflow from a hot water cylinder, which nobody knew at the time. So we wiggled it and caused an internal disaster. Dan was there, so do you want to explain?
Yeah, it just kind of gave it a little wiggle, and apparently it was a very weak elbow joint in the pipework that just kind of popped off. The water was actually turned off already. It was just the header tank pressure basically caused water to piss out everywhere. So it was bunged up with a trusty piece of wood, and the following day a plumber came to drain the rest of the system.
Downstairs, all of that water came out. So we've gone from the loft through the first floor into the downstairs area. So to just help to alleviate it and get it running through as quickly as possible, we literally just pulled down at the middle of that ceiling.
Obviously, normally in a household, you wouldn't necessarily just rip down the ceiling for something like this. But this was not the first time a leak has appeared in this area, as the lath was very rotten and the amount of crap that came down with it was quite a lot.
And also the ceiling was going to come down anyway, so we just sped up the process. And at the same time, Dan's still continuing doing his demo whilst the roofers are working on the roof at the same time. I just think it's a really pretty shape of a building. So strip out continues whilst everyone's on top. Yeah, that's the old sarking.
So this is the end of day one on the roof, with the roof felt all taken off, some of the joists cut back, some supplementary timbers put in place, not all of them I might add, and temporary covering put over to make it as watertight as possible through the night.
The weather was not on our side at this time.
Definitely not.
But actually, this is probably the most watertight this section's been in a long time.
Yeah.
A long time, really. Let's be honest. So end of day one, fairly good session in there. But then me and Dan went. We had to go. So we're going to switch over to Dave Cam.
So as they exposed more of the roof structure, it became apparent just how bad of a condition this was in and how rotten it was in places. So at the moment they're stripping that subframe down so they can get great access to the rest of the roof, and we'll replace that at a later date / later in the project. So around the back side of the flat roof, they've already put the new sarking in and laid the felt down, ready for the slate tiles to be laid.
Wood's dead.
So around the flat roof where the sarking boards will be, they've had to put an additional timber in to support the sarking and the slate that'll sit on top of that. So now they're just installing the OSB on the flat roof, ready for the rubber to go on top of, nice and watertight. Jess, can you join in, because I hate doing this?
Yeah, sure. So this is some dead wood. Condition is just absolutely appalling. But in the background of this clip, if you have a quick look, you can see that little potting shed's now also dead. Potting shed needed to come down. We know it was end of life. We looked at it in the roof autopsy. It was actually causing a lot of structural issues in the other part where the pitch is. But it's scary how bad this section of the roof really was. So this part of the ceiling and the roof fell through when they started work on it because all of the trusses,
No, they're still
joists, all of the joists are completely rotten at the end. So everything that was underneath the coping stones has literally just disappeared. It's gone. And everything that was internally from that is just progressively disappearing. So when that roof came down, it did damage a door and it did damage some of the internal stuff in the room below in the pantry area. But
The room's looking a lot better now.
the room looks a lot better now as it stands anyway. So we'll show you that in next week or the week after's video. But for this situation, what we need to be aware of is literally just how bad all of the timber was in this entire section. We thought it was going to be localized to the top area, but it wasn't. So stripped everything off on that section and ran new timbers down. I don't know, I'm not very good with all of the wording for these bits and pieces.
So although this new structure may look a little bit higgledy-piggledy all over the place, no actual form to it, they've tried to work as close to a level as possible. However, given the age of the property and how much has been added to it over the years, nothing is actually true level at the moment.
Everything's wonky as heck, essentially. And we're okay with that. We love it. It adds to the character of the place. So temporary covering goes on because it peed it down with rain and they were rained off on this day. And then they came back and began to lay the sarking on it. Yeah?
Correct.
I'm getting all of these right. It's like ding, 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 ding.
In what order?
You
They're
just said
sarking
it.
on, they're going to put a bit of felt on, then complete the structure, stick more sarking on, and then finish the felt. You ready? 1.
Hang on, I'm not waiting for you to count out to 3. All I was saying is they're going vertically downwards, doing structure, sarking, felt. And what you read out, felt backwards.
No, felt goes on forwards.
You're making life so difficult, but it's funny at the same time. So it's okay. Right. Anyway, back on track because I'm trying really hard to recite Dave's words as best as physically possible and I'm already screwing it up. So, OSB on. Then what?
Rubber?
Yes. So OSB goes on and then the rubber was added. I still don't know how they got it up there. I'm still baffled by this because you actually can't get any heavy machinery there to assist. So just absolute top legends really from me for getting that up there. And at this stage, most of that entire section is watertight. And they've been on site for less than a week, which is just absolutely crazy. Then we came home.
Hello. Yeah, not bad, you?
Yeah.
You glad to finally be putting slate on?
Yeah. Some work done on that one. Talking reviews. All the timbers in it.
Yeah, Jess showed me yesterday when I got home.
Yeah.
The one that's joining into the,
Brickwork, that obviously comes off that wall. So we'll take this down for here,
Yeah.
so it's flush. And what we're probably going to have to do is, to stop any damp running in, is put like a flange on it and then probably put a lead apron just going across.
Yeah.
Because if water's landing on there, like,
It's just going to
track back
penetrate in. Yeah.
It's a simple thing anyway. It's not.
Yeah.
It's something I'm telling you. It's nothing major. It's just that, of course, we don't want to leave that because this is loose debris, as you can see. The water's going to land in there, puddle, and then it's obviously going to track into you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it might not track him, but of course, it's always better.
You don't want to risk.
We don't want to take a chance of that. We're going to go to across here, going that way.
Yeah.
When that shed's stuck down, we'll just take it around the corner and the downpipe can drop around there.
Yeah.
So basically, because it's all not straight and stuff,
Yeah.
the roof has got a very, very slight gradual.
Like here.
Oh yeah. I can. Yeah.
So we've been working with levels to a degree, but of course we can't go with the complete level because the building's not 100% level.
Yeah. No, I totally get that.
Of
Yeah.
course, we keep the things level. We are putting a level on it. Obviously, if it's out by 3 inches, then of course we have to.
Tweak it a little.
We'll have to level it. We'll have to bring it level to drop one side, bring it up, side up.
Yeah.
But on an actual line, over a course of, I think that's 3.5 meters or something.
Yeah.
3.5, 4 meters. You might find that it's probably might be 20 mil out. That was a valley,
Oh yeah.
and it's tin. That was underneath the valley up there. Well, look, it was already gone. It was split, and that's why water was pissing it.
Yeah.
And I think that's why where we've said about the dormers, what's coming out. Well, we could see light through one of them, couldn't we?
Yeah. It was
So we're
something
gonna
similar
find
to
we've
that.
got tin valleys.
Yeah.
We've got tin soakers on the chimneys,
Right.
which is we're going to have to take them out, of course, and put lead ones in.
Sorry, I just thought we all muck on your face. You didn't want it to be shown.
Close.
What hold you up, Dave?
No problem.
Oopsies, it seems that nothing is as straightforward as it seems. So we've asked Dave if they can keep the wobble on site, as we will need hardcore and stuff in the future. And in transferring this over to one of our storage areas, he has bent both his rims and basically made them useless.
We're really sorry, Dave. R.I.P. So the work continues, even though we're there to clutter up the area and be annoying, but also do make cups of tea and help them out as well.
Sorry, I make cups of tea.
Yeah, and we don't really help them all. To
No,
be
we
honest.
don't. No.
We just probably
We just ask questions.
We ask questions. They're so nice though. Anyway, internally, this is the inside of the new subframe, which looks a damn sight better than the other one, which was on the kind of joiny part between the flat roof and the pitch roof. And this is the underside of the flat roof. The flat roof is now no longer a flat roof, although it did have 3 different individual flat stepped parts to it originally. It now is a continuous pitch, so there is a slight pitch on the entire structure, and what the internals look like is original steps, but on the outside it's all been chamfered down into like miniature pizza slices, so it all runs off.
Definitely, we don't need a gym, do we?
Still smashes a gym right enough.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
Dan, can you carry it for a bit?
Like the gimbal, you.
When your legs don't work like they used to before.
Funny.
You look like something off Lord of the Rings. Okay, now you're running, are you alright? Steady on. There's no fish this way.
A lot of people are going to be really mad about the lack of coping stones. However, if you saw the damage...
Yourselves. Shut up, proud.
I feel like we need to talk about the coping.
Yeah, you can excuse my bad behaviour.
I don't think anybody will excuse that bad behaviour. It's absolutely so rude. What I was going to say in that situation was that if you saw the damage underneath every single one of them, you might perhaps reconsider. I know that there will be a lot of people watching who are really keen on the heritage side of things. This property is not listed, so technically we kind of can do anything we want. Not that I want to completely destroy the original fabric of the property. However, there are so many coping stones. This isn't a normal roof on a normal house. There is huge runs of coping stones literally everywhere and on all of the dormers. They are such weak points that it gives me the heebie-jeebies now, having seen the internals. I don't want this roof to get any worse. So for the moment, I'm going with the dry verge. You're going with the dry verge, right, Dan?
100%.
Absolutely. And
On
this
budget.
for the budget. It's on budget. And to be honest, it gives a really neat, clean finish. So I think don't judge the book by its cover just yet. So although now it looks a bit odd, right? And maybe you're not vibing with it, and that's cool. That everybody's entitled to their opinion. All I'll say is just hang fire until it's finished, in terms of like the windows finished, all of the paint's been taken off of it finished, like everything. Wait till it's finished and then make your judgment about how much you hate it without the coping stones. I know, we're going to get a load of flack, but at the same time, also please remember that in the nicest possible way, this isn't your house, and it's not your budget. But
And no one can see it, like we're miles away from the road.
There is that to it as well. But I mean, if somebody's really, really, really upset about it, then genuinely, if you can fund the coping stones, I will have it replaced.
Or put your dummy in.
Dan, oh. I mean it though, I'm genuinely serious. If somebody is that bothered about it, then if they fund it, I'm more than happy to switch them. Like, genuinely. But they have to guarantee it for another 70 years and match it. Mm-hmm. Anywho, to just bring you up to speed on where we were, this was 8 days earlier. And this was where we left it, where the roofers went on a mini break for a few days to go and complete a different job that they'd dropped because this was emergency and we were going to fall down. So when they circle back round, we'll be in a much better position. Dave estimates that we've got about 1 day left to complete this side, so this little picture view that you can see right here, right now. And then we'll move on to the opposite flat roof, so the other side of where Dave is, up there on the ridge. So when that part's done, then we start to move down the entire rest of the property, and at that point, scaffolding will go in, scafs will come, because you can't fit scaffolding around this. Like, it's just, it's just not going to be working. Whereas the other section, that will all be scaffolded and a larger team can work on it. So that will probably go up literally like the rat up the drain pipe. Why are you laughing?
Because I just thought Incy Wincy Spider at the moment.
Okay. Anywho, that's our roof update at the moment. We're super happy because there's no water coming in, and that's a massive plus. See you next time.